things. And of course, the conscious. We should not forget why we are not able to hear the soundless sound. What's the reason? There is some reason, because we are too stuck, as we come from this only, we are too stuck with the body. Too stuck with the body. We stuck not only with the body, the identity technically, and the body, of course. So when we are so stuck with the body, we are not going to be like, able to bring the body and the mind in alignment. And if these two are not aligned, there is no way we are going to hear the soundless sound. Okay, so the unstruck sound becomes like, kab sunenge, kab meditation hoga. Where is the alignment? There is no alignment. So then how do we align? We need to align the body and the mind. So this is the challenge. If the body is in a particular way and the mind is in a different way, then there is no sync between the mind and the body. Okay, sync is S-Y-N-C. Okay, there is no sync between the body and the mind. When this happens, there are small granthis formed in the body. Okay, knots. So these knots don't allow the prana to flow properly. Okay, and then starts the disease. So this is how we get our cysts, our tumors, our stones, and everything. Whatever disease we have is because of these granthis that form, these knots that form in the body. And they form because of the mind. Okay, the mind and the body are connected. If they're aligned, these knots don't form. And that's why we use the breath to connect both of them. The mind and the body connect with the breath. Okay, so we use the breath, we use the pranayama, we use even just deep breathing is enough. When you breathe, you connect the mind and the body, and you are at that time in sync. But otherwise, the breath and the body are disconnected. Okay, because you're breathing, but still the body is doing something else. You're not actually connected. Technically, only you feel you're breathing, and then the body is doing something. That's why during yoga we say, in the asana, breathe. In the asana, you need to breathe. That moment, the body, the breath, and the mind perfectly aligned. And that's why you feel good. Otherwise, right now we are breathing, but we are not aware. So that's the issue. We are not aware because the mind is not here. So there is a disconnect. There is a disconnect. This disconnect does not allow us to meditate. This disconnect does not allow a lot of things in the body to function properly. That's why they say while eating, don't watch TV. Because suppose you're watching something and that is a lot of violence, okay? There's going to be some cortisol that's going to be released in your system because there is some tension and you're eating. Imagine what happens to the food. So then there is acidity and stuff like that. So be very mindful of all these things. Okay, if you want to watch violence, then I wouldn't suggest because it's really not worth it. Even after a meal or before a meal, it's not worth it. So if you want to really watch something, it shouldn't, but still let it be more pleasant, more peaceful. Okay, so at least it does not destroy the sink. So be very careful about, very mindful about these things, because these granthis eventually form big diseases unnecessarily. So always be careful that the body and the mind are synced well. For that, you need to be more aware of your actions, everything we do, okay? But usually we forget that we are breathing because it's so natural now. So as far as possible, bring your awareness to your breath. Maybe keep an alarm or every 1 hour, just for 2 minutes, breathe with awareness. And then after 1 hour again, breathe with awareness, just basic breathing. It will sync the body nicely with the breath and the mind. Okay, so this is one way you can do it. But because of this, the sound of the conches vary. Right now, let's get back to our Gita and understand that the conches that they are blowing, first of all, it was the roaring sound, okay, of Bhishma Pitama. Then why so much mention? It just shows his power. Okay. Next comes our Krishna and Arjuna, transcendental conscious. Divya. Okay. Why? Because Krishna is divine. Krishna is aligned. Okay. When we are aligned, we all are divine. There is no other way. Because when we are aligned, we are in direct connection with the source. We are connected to the source. So Krishna is always connected to the source. So when he is connected to the source and is going to blow the conch, it is going to be a divine transcendental sound. Okay. So Panchajanya, a lot of names. I'm sure you all heard it or maybe read it. So there is Panchajanya, there is Devadatta. Let me try my memory. I'm really bad with names. So there's Panchajanya, Devadatta, and Yudhishthira is blowing the Ananta Vijaya. Okay. And then there is Sugosha and Mani Pushpaka, if I'm not wrong. So these are the conches. Devadatta and Panchajanya are Rishikesha, and Dhananjaya is our Arjuna. Okay. So they are blowing these conches, and the rest of the team that you heard, lots of names. And then in the end they say, heart of the Dhritarashtra Putras are shattered. Why? We need to think. Why does it shatter? Even they blew the conches. They had bugles and trumpets and everything. Here, just the blowing of the conches of these Pandava people makes them disheartened. The Kaurava team. Why? Because somewhere when Krishna blows a conch, it's going to be different. The vibration is going to be different. And that leads, one by one, everybody is going to blow the conch and everybody is going to be in that same sync after that with Krishna. So it's very powerful vibrations, very, very powerful vibrations. So when there is so much powerful vibrations, naturally they're going to be shaken a bit because they feel, oh, now there is something. Because they are not foolish. They are very intelligent. The Kauravas, they can sense the difference. They know what is a loud sound. They know what is a harsh sound. They know what is a sound which will, depict power, and what is it that is divine. And when it is divine,